we got to see numbers. We got to see their digits and we got to see the place value. We understood this concept. There's a way of reading those numbers. Now what we are looking at is reading numbers basically. How do you read numbers? So we're looking at two main ways of doing it. One is Indian system and another is American system. So the aim over here is to understand how we count large figure around the world. That's the fundamental aim. Aim is right. With that aim, let's look at the overview. Now, both of this Indian and American system are decimal based. That is, they use 0, 1 till 9. We use this basically. Both the system uses this. The fundamental difference in how they group the digits and place comma for readability. The comma placed also determines the name we give to larger numbers. Okay, let me explain this way. If I ask you guys, read this, right? Now, if I ask you guys, read this, which do you think is more convenient? This is easier to read, right? So basically, what is the difference between the first and the second? Both are the same numbers. We put a comma. By putting a comma, we grouped them. We're grouping the numbers. By grouping them, our eye and not our eye actually, our head is able to get the right idea of what exactly the place values are. So by putting comma, it's easier for our brain to understand or comprehend what the place values are. It's basically that. So reading numbers with the help of place value so that we can read faster. That's the basic agenda, as simple as that. Now this you guys can take it as an example. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. Now let's look at the two versions. So we have the international system, the 3-digit group version. So let's see what are the rules. This system groups numbers in sets of 3 digits, always 3. Commas are placed every 3 digits. The names for larger number are based on 1000, million and billion. For example, this has 4 digits. So from the right, I think the word right is there, comma are placed after each 3 digit from right. Supposed to be there actually. Oh yeah, it's here. From the right. So from the right, so this is right now for us, left, right. So start counting 1, 2, 3, put a comma. As simple as that. Next question. From the right, start looking at 1, 2, 3, put a comma, then 1, 2, 3, and we ended with the number. So this question 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 2 commas, yes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Oh, I missed 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So here we have again comma, right? 1, 2, 3 commas. That's it. That's the first thing to do. Now, how do you read this? So first comma and after that, whatever is there, right? Immediately after that, that is, those are 1000. Second comma and immediately whatever is after that is under million. And if you have third comma and anything after that, it comes under billion. As simple as that. For example, I already have 2 examples over here. Let me not use that. I feel like taking up my own example. Okay, so let's see that. So we have 1, 2, 3, comma, and that's it. So as I mentioned, the first comma and after that will be under 1000. So this will be 64,000. If I had say 1 over here, then we have 164,743. Now, what if I had one more number after this? Say 2. So as I mentioned, after the second comma, whatever is there, immediately after that, it is read as a million. So 12,164,743, as simple as that. Another example over here. So one over here, that is. So first comma, second comma. So after second comma, we have 1, 2, 3. So this comes under million. 123,456,789, as simple as that. So basically, how you read a normal number, right? 100 number, 464, 324. Just add 1000 and million and billion and you are done. As simple as that, literally. Right? So this is done. Okay, so few practice question for you guys. Let me write it first. Yeah, please pause and try to read it. This is 4, by the way. Okay, so we have 2 commas. This is 1000, this is million. So 64,264,324, as simple as that. Right? Let me give you guys one more. I think, okay. Yeah, again, pause. And you have to come up with the answer. These are all bunch of thousands. Then after that, million. And after that, billion. So 623 billion, 742 million, 666, that is 666,123. Again, I'll repeat. 632 billion, 742 million, 666,123. As simple as that. Right? So you guys can also learn this way, not an issue. While our Indian system, we use the grouping of 322. Okay, so we are also going to learn a new word called as crore. So let's look at it. The Indian system groups the first 3 digits from the right, but then, right, 3 digits from the right. But after that, the remaining digits will be grouped as 2s. This system gives rise to unique naming convention, which is lakh and crore. How we have million and billion. Here we have lakh and crore, as simple as that. Same system. For example, over here, this 1, 12, 34, 56, 789. So this is your 1000. That's your lakh and that's your crore. As simple as that. So 12 crore, 34 lakh, 56,789. As simple as that. Literally as simple as that. Okay. So I would want you guys to try it yourself as well. I'll give you guys 2, 3 questions. Pause and you have to do it. Yeah. Please pause and do this. Right? Okay. So this has to do with lakh and this has to do with, no, right? This has to do with, correct, 1000. And this has to do with lakh. So 46 lakh 54,324, as simple as that. Right? So let me actually make it a bit tough for you guys. It's very confusing, right? Without the comma, I wanted you guys to understand the difference. So see, I put the comma. Now think about it. Yes, this is your 1000, this is your lakh. 36,42,146. As simple as that. Now let me go with post first comma. That is your 1000. This is your lakh and this is your crore. So 24 crore to 24 crore 25 lakh 34,644. 24 crore 25 lakh 34,644. And that would be the answer, right? Very simple thing. So finally, let's have a side-by-side comparison. Let's compare them. The crossover point where they diverge. For smaller numbers, the system are identical. So both uses 1, tens, hundreds and thousand. That we got to see. The system diverged after the 10,000 mark, right? So till 10,000, that is to this point, everything is well and good. So till, okay, here I can't show you guys that. Don't have 10,000. So till thousands, things are okay. Post that, things vary. The biggest source of confusion comes from translation of lakh and million and crore and million and billion. So this I'll do with set of good examples, but let me show it off. See, for us, this is a lakh. For American, this is 100,000. Because they're grouping in, yes, they will be grouping with 3 groups. Is it not? So if for us 10 lakh is for them 1 million, for us 1 crore is 10 million, 1 Arab is 1 billion. Again, this also you guys have, yeah, you guys need to know this. So after crore, I didn't teach you guys this, it's Arab. So finally, a small set of question. Please pause and think it over. And yes, you guys have to make a note of this. We'll do a few more questions to concrete the idea, and you guys will also get to interact with our Q&A and learn from that as well. So yeah, it's just about practicing, getting used to it. It's not too complicated. Okay, guys. So how many zeros does a 1000 lakh have? So let's go to lakh. So this is, let me write it here itself, I guess. No. So this is A. Let me divide this so that it's here itself. Okay. So this is our 1000. This is our lakh. We are at lakh. Here in lakh position, in lakh space, we need to write 1000 lakh. So yeah, this is a 1000 lakh. Right? Again, what I did is, even I didn't know what was the exact answer. I went to 1000. I went to lakh. In the lakh place, I wrote 1000. And now let's count the zeros. How many zeros are there? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next question. How many zeros does a 100,000 have? Same thing. Let's go to 1000 and write 100 over there. Again, all I did was I went to the place value of 1000. There I wrote the number, whatever is written over here. 100,000. So I wrote 100 over there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's that. Right? I think I'm done. Yeah. Okay. Last recap of what we just learned. See, there are ways of writing numbers. What we are learning is something called as decimal system. Using decimal system, we have 0 to 9 symbols to represent numbers. And we got to use and understand something called as place value and digits, right? So all of this is fundamental as of now. Now we're looking at reading them. So reading them, things becomes easy with separation, with the help of place value, so that we can read faster, right? So we put comma and then we read them, right? We are basically grouping them to read them, nothing else. So there are two ways of grouping them. One is our international system, another is our Indian system. We have to be, we have to be very well versed with both actually. We'll get to read these numbers across day in, day out. If you guys are using, reading newspaper or following any news, we get to use this both the systems. So with the international system, we group things in threes. And after the first comma, the first three groups are your 1000. The second group is your million. And the third group is your billion. BMT. You guys have to remember BMT. BMT. Okay. That's the shortcut. In Indian system, we start with a group of 3 and then we move on to 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and so on and so forth. So we have 1000, lakh, crore and arab. ACLT. ACLT. It will be AC. Yeah. This. Let me kind of. Better. So this is your ACLT. That's it. There's nothing else. So practice few set of questions. There are plenty out there in the world. So practice them.